know what? I just want to share a quick experience. You know, sometimes shit just can't always go perfectly, you know? Sometimes shit just goes wrong. Sometimes you get a fuzzy signal of your line out. Sometimes your fucking microphones don't work. Sometimes you get shocked to hell when you touch your lips to the microphone and the guitar strings at the same time. Sometimes you can change around the set list. But the most important thing is do what you're passionate about, or you're gonna regret it. Just do what you're passionate about, that's all. And appreciate every single moment that you have doing what it is that you are passionate about. Because this isn't a dress rehearsal. This is it. This is life. One take, one opportunity. There's no practice. This is it.
My name's Rhythm, and I guess I'm the brainchild of Rhythm and the Method. In the very beginning, it was just me and this guy named Lou, and he played the bass. And it was called the Rhythm and Lou's Band. And so once my brother and my dad started playing, and Lou kind of phased out, and we obviously couldn't call it Rhythm and Lou's Band anymore. So my dad and my brother and I were all sitting around like, Rhythm, okay, well, can have the name Rhythm in it. What's it gonna be? And someone had, I think it was my dad, that had made a joke like, oh, what about the Rhythm Method? And I think that's already a band name, as well as another thing. But then we just kind of like were messing with those words. Of like, okay, what if we just kind of played around with that and stuck "and" in the middle of it.
I'm Papa Sean, and I happen to be the father of Evan and Rhythm. And my role in the band is a lot of support, and also I play rhythm guitar, rhythm electric guitar. I came to San Diego in the 70s and played around through the mid-70s and stuff like that, and then kind of dropped out because I got a relationship and ended up having some kids, and took all my music home. Always played guitar, a little keyboard, and fooled around with it, and the kids showed interest in the music, and but they wanted to play something different than I played, so Rhythm picked up the drums, and Evan picked up the saxophone to start with.
So we were always surrounded by, the sounds of the 70s and the 60s, and all different range of music. My mother's Puerto Rican, a lot of Latin rhythms and stuff like that. Early as I can remember, my dad would sit in the living room and play his guitar, and plug in a keyboard and play these little beats on the ding 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 ding, real basic, early 90s technology, 80s technology, something like that. And I think I was more annoyed by it than anything. I thought it was cool, but I'm like, oh, Dad's doing it again. He's got his little video camera set up, recording himself.
Rhythm had joined another band and played with another band for a while, and that kind of started falling apart. They had some good gigs. She wanted to keep the gigs, they wanted her to stay, but they didn't like the other people in the band. So she asked me to come and help her put a band together.
I actually experienced Rhythm and the Method as a fan, as Rhythm, her dad, and her brother 3 years ago. So I'd only been playing drums for about a year, because Rhythm plays both drums and guitar, and I was just like totally inspired. Like I literally went home that night that the show got out at like midnight and started like playing on my drums, and I would just play, and I didn't know really what I was working towards. And Rhythm, myself, and another friend of ours, another female acoustic artist, we did a fundraiser for SDSU about 2 years ago, and it was just the three of us. We did 2 songs, and from there she asked me to play with her and her dad and her brother. We didn't have Laura or Chowda yet, and I was just kind of like, are you kidding? I met Rhythm at a Buddhist community center. There was a big event, and I have a friend that goes to that center, asked me to sit in and play bass. And there was a whole chorus of women singing a song, and Rhythm was a part of that. And she heard me play a little bass, and she said, "Hey, we need a bass player. You want to jam? See if it's a good fit?" And it's like it was a good fit from the get-go. It just one of those things that you could feel was the right from the moment on. You know. I've been in a lot of bands, and this band, I really love the music. You know, it's very real to me, and it's got the kind of roots that I grew up in. You know, the classic rock feel, blues, all that stuff. I really key into as a bassist and just as someone who loves music, and that and the people are just amazing to me. You know, they're just good hearts, you know, good intentions, have really great vision for this band, and spreading good vibes and good positive messages through the music. You don't find that every day, you know.
I joined Rhythm and the Method about 2.5 years ago, and it was just kind of, I came here to the house to jam, and they saw that I had an SUV, and they were like, "Hey, you want to bring some equipment and play on a song?"
This is the fun stuff.
And I was like, "Sure." So yeah, I showed up, grabbed some equipment, they let me play on a couple songs, and then they were like, "Hey, why don't you come back with that truck?" So then I started playing a little bit more, coming back, and they couldn't kick me out of the band because how they were going to get home, you know, with all the stuff, because I was there with the truck. But no, then I started getting more into the sound, started playing on more music. They incorporated me in more stuff, and we started to gel, become like a real family.
Here we go.
See, I was sitting in a meadow